Yu is an intelligent rookie who started working under his scary senior. However, everything changes when he finds out she's just a sweet, awkward weirdo who can't hide her love and desire to get freaky with him. It all starts on a regular day for Kanawa, who walks to the office, looking fabulous as usual in her confident stride. The second she steps into the office, her peers recognize her and glaze her achievements like your mother glazing your mailman's glizzy. But she quickly loses all of her aura when she fails to walk past the access gate. Then, inside the publishing office, everyone is working hard, trying their best to meet their goals. But while they're intense, they all greet each other good morning, while Kanawa does the same, but in a more monotone voice. While Kanawa is working on her desk, one of her co-workers, Rin, approaches her with bad news, saying that they failed to book Mia Khalifa for their event, and asks Kanawa what they should do. Coldly, Kanawa tells this fat oaf that it is her responsibility in the first place, but suggests that they quickly find a stand-in for their event, like Lana Rhodes, which Rin is thankful for. Then, Kanawa approaches another co-worker, Kosuke, to hand him some documents, which Kosuke is very much thankful for. But before leaving, Kanawa scolds him for having a garbage bin as a desk and tells him to clean up the mess. Just then, Kanawa is called by their director, Ig, for a talk, and while she's walking there, her co-workers gossip about how cold and scary she is as a person despite always being right. Ig reminds Kanawa that they will be having a newbie joining them, and he wants to put Kanawa as his mentor. He says that this newbie is excellent and even scored the highest grade in the exams, so he wants Kanawa, their department's ace, to train him. While Kanawa coldly accepts the responsibility, deep down, unbeknownst to everyone, Kanawa is actually an awkward, antisocial person, so she doesn't understand why her director put him in this position. Even after making herself the office's cold and antisocial loner, it bamboozles her why she is suddenly now someone's mentor. Suddenly, the newbie pops into the office. He apologizes for being late, explaining that he was cleaning his probation desk, and introduces himself as Yu. He apologizes for interrupting the director and Kanawa, but the director introduces Kanawa to Yu as his mentor and senior. He quickly bows and expresses how much he's looking forward to working under her, and while Kanawa responds coldly, deep down, she calls him a charming good man, so she makes it her mission to do her best to mentor him. Kanawa takes Yu on a tour around their office, starting with their products, explaining that they started with video games, but now create action figures and comics as well. She then shows him her desk, and his desk right next to hers. Then, the kitchen, the copy machine, the bathroom, and even the snacks they took from business trips, which she tells her is free for him to take. She believes she has covered everything that is to teach him, and he thanks her for the tour, saying that he will ask her more questions if he needs something. But then, Kanawa just starts working, while Yu is next to her, and he calls out for her to say that he doesn't know what he is supposed to be doing. In that moment, Kanawa realizes she forgot to teach him how to work, but quickly composes herself and tells him to follow her while she meets a client. She orders him to observe and shadow her, and she starts by teaching him how to hand business cards. But while she tries to look cool, all her cards fly out of her card holder, which embarrasses her. But Yu casually grabs all of her business cards from the floor and hands them back to her, which makes her blush redder than a tomato. They then greet the clients, who are the agents of Lana Rhodes, and Kanawa introduces Yu to them, which Yu follows by handing them their business cards. Then, while Kanawa presents their project to their client, she feels nervous after how she embarrassed herself with the cards and how Yu is staring daggers at her presentation. Kanawa appreciates Yu for paying attention closely and wants to do her best for him, but is unable to hold on to her nerve and gets flustered. Afterward, Kanawa feels the fatigue of being a mentor, and realizing that it's almost lunchtime, she thinks that as a mentor, she has to be the one who invites her trainee. She believes the restaurant she visited with her mentor is perfect for it, but she thinks hard about whether she should do it or not, and whether it's appropriate for her to invite Yu. She knows that she's not capable of making any small talk with him, so, while flustered, she orders Yu to get lunch by himself while she goes to another meeting. He accepts it, and Kanawa quickly leaves, not knowing why she ran away. Later, it's time to go home, and Yu bids farewell to Kanawa, which she responds to coldly. She knows that she should give some words of encouragement, but before doing so, Yu thanks her for today's guidance and apologizes if he was still making rookie mistakes due to being nervous. She responds, saying that no rookie could ever be perfect on their first day, and says that he can always count on her, which he accepts. But as he leaves, Kanawa can hear how the other co-workers are worried for Yu, and Yu saying that he was nervous. Then, on her way home, Kanawa realizes that she's no good and needs to be a reliable mentor, so she decides to start by being more honest with Yu. The next day, while Yu is having fun talking to other Rin and another co-worker, Kanawa appears, scaring Rin, and Kanawa tells them to get their filthy cheeks out of her way. But as she's sitting down at her desk, she believes that she greeted them warmly.
Oh, hell no!
Later, Kana assigns Yu to make a proposal for their clients, ordering him to follow her old proposals, but while giving him orders, she is making it her mission to invite him to lunch. Then, as lunch is getting closer, she gets more strict, scolding him for his lousy proposal, and orders him to finish it after lunch. There, she sees this as the perfect setup to invite him to lunch, but when she wants to invite him, the dude disappears from his desk and pops up seconds later with a cup of ramen in his hand as his lunch. She gets pissed, telling him to eat healthier food, but he tells her that he's on a budget, which softens Kanawa's attitude a little, as she feels sorry for him. At lunch, Kanawa eats by herself at a family restaurant, remembering how her mentor, Kanzaki, used to take her there for lunch and knew how to talk to her. Just then, Kanawa's friend, Ritsu, calls her, forcing Kanawa to fish her food. She then answers the call, and Ritsu informs her that they will work together more in the future, so he suggests that they give her rookie a chance to impress. He then laughs at Kanawa after hearing how she became someone's mentor despite having the personality of a wet sock. And Ritsu reminds her that just like how Kanzaku treated her, she needs to treat Yu nicely, or that he might change jobs because of her, which sours Kanawa's mood. He then suggests to Kanawa that she should buy self-development books on how to be a proper mentor. Kanawa rejects that idea, calling it stupid, but later, when it's time to go home, Kanawa goes home, but not before rushing to the library and bringing back loads of self-development books to help her become a better mentor. She realizes she forgot to buy herself dinner, so she makes herself a cup of ramen, while realizing how hypocritical she is for eating it after what she said to Yu, so she pairs it with some vegetable juice to make it healthier. Then, Kanawa grabs one book and starts reading, and the first lesson she reads is that communication is essential, so she should greet people warmly while smiling at them. She realizes she didn't smile previously, and dies from the cringe, so she tries to practice smiling in a mirror, and dies from even more cringe after seeing how chopped she looked. She then reads another lesson that says being strict as a mentor is outdated, and she should praise her juniors when they do good work or correct them when they make a mistake in order for them to grow. Reading that, she gets dizzy, not knowing how to do either of those things properly, and realizes how cooked she is for not training how to talk to people. Suddenly, she realizes her cup noodles are soggy, so she pulls out the chopsticks and starts eating. After a whole night of learning, she wakes up the next morning and realizes she's late for work. So she quickly gets ready, takes a shower, and makes herself look like $1 million. Then, she manages to get to work on time, and when she sees Yu, she is about to greet him with a smile like what the book said, when suddenly, some co-workers gossip loudly about how unlucky Yu is to have an ugly, scary witch hoe like Kanawa as his mentor. Kanawa freezes while feeling hurt and drops her notes, which reveals her notes to become a better mentor. When Yu picks them up for her, she takes them and looks at him in a sad way that Yu has never seen before, shocking him. Kanawa urges them to leave, but Yu walks past her and confronts the two hoes for what they said, and says that he is happy to work under Kanawa, who has shown him her rare kindness. The two gossipers realize that Kanawa is here, and they quickly walk away. Yu then apologizes for what he just did, and Kanawa tells him that she won't thank him, but shyly and silently, she thanks him for what he did, and they head to the office. Thank you for watching today's recap video. If you enjoy this recap and want a part 2, comment down below, awkward cutie, and hit the like button.